View as well. It's got me an 8-track tape deck. I couldn't pass it up. These are pretty highly collectible, especially the recorder decks. I've always been after one. I've seen Ackroyd ones, Tracton, and this Sharp one. I was looking at an Ackroyd one quite a couple of years back, but the one had like $600 for it. Bloody expensive. So I got this one for around about a lot less than half the price anyway. So it's been tested and tagged. It came from a reputable reseller, but it was it had been serviced, but the it wouldn't work when I got it. It had hum to the speakers and the record was stuck on. So basically, what I done, I had the using deoxit on the record playback switch there inside the side of the circuit board here. Like old tape decks, old boomboxes, I get the same problem. Any old tape deck from this, especially from as old as this one, the contacts inside the record playback switch should be so dirty that the speaker just squeal and hum and you don't get anything from your source. I was able to, this one was actually quite bad. I've actually had to sacrifice I hope I didn't go black part of the tape. I tried to. And basically have it on pause. I just play with this like mad and just spray a heap of deoxit all through it and just till the light flashed a bunch of times, and I know it was actually starting to work, because that would actually be, it was bad. It was actually stuck on recording. I could not get it off. Although it was moving freely, but damn, it was dirty. The deoxit seems to have fixed that. It's been sitting 50 years unused. This is from the 1964, I think this was made. This was earlier when 8-tracks came out. This was this recorder came out. Well, these are like there's a domestic home version of the broadcast radio station cartridges. I think Tecmo did a reference to it in a video on it, but basically these are a domesticated version of the tape cartridges used by radio stations back in the day. This is a domesticated version. This was made by Otari, made in Japan, made in Australia by Festival Records, recorded in Australia. This actually came from Japan as a black cartridge. I'm going to actually try and get hold of some black 8-track cartridges and maybe a cleaner cartridge, but I've had to clean up the roller for the pinch roller, because this wasn't gripping on that at all. I had to hold that in firmly for it to actually work. It was hard, but I cleared it all out now. It works fine now. I might actually make my own recordings of 8-track. You got to time it between the foil. You got to time it within that, so you don't get half a song cut up, and then when the foil comes, because there's 2 strips here that's got 12-volt power going to it, and that triggers change when it gets to the end of the tape there. That 12-volt is also utilised by some cassette adapter cartridges that go in there to play cassette tapes. Some of them utilise either this or the power from the 12-volt trigger contacts to run that adapter. I don't know, so I must have pulled this apart, but I can't see any difference of it ever been apart. The label's not cut. Tumbleweed Collection Elton John. We've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 tracks, 2 songs on program 1, 3 songs on program 2, 3 songs on program 3, and 2 songs on program 4. It's actually 4 songs, but they're in stereo, so each song takes up 2 tracks. So typically you have 4 songs on a reel in stereo, so it takes up 8 tracks of the tape. That's why it's called the 8-track recorder. Although some cartridges had more than 4 songs on the cartridge itself. The length, to just reference the length of the tape to the end, is 1 song, and it's in stereo, so it's 2 tracks on that one. So that's how it gets its name, 8-track. Pretty cool stuff. I've always wanted one of these. They're just kind of cool. I never really, they weren't really. They were popular in Australia back in the day, but not like they are in America. You can still find these things everywhere. They're just that novelty, cool thing to have. Sent so many cassette tapes and vinyl records. Well, this is just cool to have too. I really want to get hold of either a really crappy 8-track cartridge that has just songs on it that no one liked from the factory, or get a hold of a blank one and just make my own cartridge and see how this thing performs. There's no Dolby or HX Pro or anything on this that's going to make it sound really good, but this probably just sounds like an AM radio anyway, the way it would record. Just sound like it's an AM radio, because this is before the high fidelity era. It's not going to sound really up to scratch like today's standards, but the cassette tapes have come a long way since these tapes and reel-to-reels. The later reel-to-reels up to 15 inches per second speed, that was in the hi-fi era, which is near the end of the era, but they sounded really good before CDs came out. They sounded amazing. So you don't expect these things to sound like a CD or a really good cassette tape. These just sound like an AM radio. Not hi-fi, but still pretty cool. Might even digitise some of these and put them on a computer, like this CD does. This actually works good, digitising cassette tapes. Let's digitise some 8-track cartridges, and whenever I get a hold of a blank cartridge, I'll make my own recordings. That'd be kind of cool. Which is really heavily built, very well made. It's got a big motor in it. The belt's been replaced before. There's gunk everywhere inside, which is just still remaining from the previous belt. The filter capacitors are good. The circuit board on the side here, I don't know what happened previously, but when it was serviced or I had a big corner taken off the circuit board and been cracked. It's all been re-soldered previously, but I've just checked it and gone over it again. I found some dry joints on there I've touched up and fixed. This thing's working nice now. It is highly collectible. You don't see these unless online. I've never actually seen one locally. All the old shops I've been to, never ever seen one. I was lucky to find these cartridges at a local antique shop, but never a player. I find the odd reel-to-reel, but no 8-track machines whatsoever, so it's kind of lucky to get this. Anyway, I'll enjoy these old classics of the old days, and that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.